The Commission have now put their proposal on the table. And you can tell we have a great partner. I've worked with Mario before, and I think we have somebody who's really engaged to get something that will work. We have the proposal, and I think in the Parliament what is interesting is all of the political families, including those that one might not always have anticipated being so enthusiastic about this instrument, have woken up to the fact that the Citizens' Initiative is a great possibility for Europe to communicate Europe, to have a better relationship with our citizens, and everybody wants to be a part of this new proposal, which has meant that it has been somewhat difficult in Parliament for us to decide who is going to be our main rapporteur. And let me just tell you the latest news. The latest news is that in the Constitutional Affairs Committee there will be a rapporteur from the European People's Party, probably Alain Lamassoure, and from the Socialist Party, Mrs. Rita Gourmay. And then in the Petitions Committee, and Mario doesn't know this yet, you will likely have a combination of myself and Gerard Hefner, so a Liberal and a Green. So we will have the full political spectrum involved in this proposal, which, although it's a bit unusual, as we're just trying coalition politics in my country, maybe that's the way forward. So hopefully we will resolve that finally next week, and then our work can begin in earnest. There are many of my colleagues in the Parliament who probably feel threatened by direct democracy and will feel a wish to somehow take ownership of this. And I think we really have to resist that. It must be, as it is, a direct conversation between Europe's citizens and between the citizens and the Commission. But having said that, I think there is plenty of scope for the Parliament outside of the formal regulation to perhaps provide assistance and encouragement, but certainly not to add another step in the process. For example, and I am thinking aloud here, I could envisage some sort of possibility whereby people who have initiated a citizens' initiative might also come and do a presentation to the Petitions Committee, and you might find a way whereby Parliament would have a resolution which goes to our friends in the Commission at the same moment as the initiative. And then you get a double push in the same direction. That's a possibility. It doesn't have to be obligatory, but it's possibly a way forward. We need to find a way where the European Parliament can, if appropriate, join hands, support, encourage those behind an initiative. And I think that's a good use of the Parliament's resources. But also one of the preoccupations, I think, of many of my colleagues is there going to be enough support technically and otherwise for those wishing to bring an initiative forward? I said originally, I repeat, I do think that we have got to get the Member States' governments much more involved in this European conversation. Then we get a win-win situation. If we keep them out, it's not going to work. And I think actually the first paper I've seen from the Council group that's looking at this, I think is quite positive and quite constructive, but we have to keep it on that line. Likewise, there are many other bodies like the Economic and Social Committee that we also have to involve, and many other civil society players. How can we give support, make sure that this golden opportunity becomes something worthwhile and really helps further the development of Europe? So there we are, just a few thoughts from me, some by way of background, some I hope by way of taking things forward. And it's really my pleasure to introduce our speaker to sort of promote the discussion in this section, and that's Anne-Marie Sigmund from the European Economic and Social.